Okay, I started recording. I'm going to give you control.
Let's see. All right. Still can't share my screen.
Hang on a second. You think after, what is this, the 9th of 11?
And Aloysius looking like the headless horseman over there.
Mooney's got a ball cap on. Why am I not?
Yeah, now I see why. Yeah. I like those lucky hats.
Yeah, my son.
It rarely works for my golf swing, though.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on that game. My son got it for a birthday gift. His girlfriend gave him at Edgewood up in Tahoe. So he brought me the hat back.
Nice.
All right, DK, you should be able to share your screen now. You're the host.
Bada bing, bada boom.
All right, good.
You guys seeing the beautiful planet Earth?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive in then.
From the TPX satellite. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate you joining on. Sorry about the delayed start here. Excited. We're almost done with this series. We've got one more on the 15th, and that's it. So appreciate you joining on. Today we have cloud-controlled Wi-Fi featuring Meraki. So the wise guy himself, David Klein, take it away.
Thanks so much, Steve. Good morning, everybody. So as always, please do pay attention because there will be a quiz. And again, the reminder here is as we go through some of these new service offerings that TPX has available today to expand the portfolio of services that our partner community has to offer their customers, we want to remind you that we have made a change. We've moved from a traditional competitive local exchange carrier to a managed services provider. So if you haven't seen all the details on that transformation, please do get with your channel manager as soon as possible. So with the managed Wi-Fi service, it really is a little bit outside of needing this beautiful national backbone that we've created, this fiber optic network, but I love the slide, so I had to leave it in. And the reminder, again, is, we still go back to our roots and offer all kinds of different voice services, including our brand new unified communications collaboration service. We've launched internally the new UCX with Cisco. I'm sorry, with Cisco. Help me. With Cisco.
Zoom.
Yeah, it's like Zoom, but I think they call it. Cisco even calls it,
WebEx, isn't it?
Teams. Yeah, the WebEx Teams. So we'll be confusing you shortly when we get more into the collaboration piece, where now Cisco's got a Teams just like Microsoft's got a Teams, but more to come on that. About our world famous SD-WAN offerings featuring VeloCloud and Silver Peak. But then we also have our hybrids where we're doing security and SD-WAN with our lovely partners Fortinet and Meraki. And so today, as you can see here in the blue, we're going to be talking about access points, but with Meraki, we're also managing switches. And we'll see a little bit more about that here on our case study today. And then, again, we're doing endpoints in conjunction with technology from our partners WebRoot, Datto, and GoSecure. And one of the low-hanging pieces of fruit, and shame on us maybe for not talking about this more, is managing customers' Office 365 environments for them and getting our partner community paid on that. Nice, quite handsomely, by the way. And then lastly, but certainly not least, the managed disaster recovery as a service in conjunction with our partner, Datto. So we always like to get you to the, why TPX? There may be other offerings, but first and foremost, it's because Cisco Meraki is a globally recognized leader in the space, no doubt about it. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I guess that's why we should always mute our phones. So secondarily, I don't know how many of our partners are used to selling Wi-Fi service with access points. And so by having this as another tool in your bag of tricks, it can be a new source of income. And then last but not least, always keep in mind that one of the reasons why I think it makes a lot of sense to partner with TPX for these services is that huge bag of services that we have to offer now. And, you get in with one thing, but then we ask a couple of questions, and all of a sudden that can lead to add-on services that generate additional spiffs and additional residual income as well. So again, the three reasons are the Meraki brand name, a new source of revenue, and then the additional add-on features that are available when you partner with TPX. So, Daniel, any questions so far?
Yeah. Hey,
All
DK,
right.
I'm, when somebody's selling this, I mean, if we're not asking the questions, right? Somebody is. Who would you say are our top competitors on this singular service?
So I hear Aruba quite a bit for Wi-Fi. I don't know, Joe, any other ones come on the top of your head?
Cisco. Cisco has a couple of different offerings that they have, sort of legacy products as well as the Meraki product. Aruba, yes. Ubiquity also is another managed sort of cloud offering as well.
Yep.
So yeah.
Ubiquity is a big one.
Of them.
The other one that we run into, which is part of our offering actually, is Fortinet. And I don't see it that often, but I know that it's out there because we actually have a Wi-Fi offering that works in conjunction with our Fortinet managed firewall service. So yeah, good question. So we always like to give you maybe a couple of different questions that you could use to start the conversation, because that's how it starts, right? It always starts with a conversation. You got to ask a question. And one of the easy ones is, do you currently offer Wi-Fi in your offices? And then, so that can lead into a bunch of additional questions. And if they answer yes, you might follow up with, would you like to offload the day-to-day administration of the APs? Because, the idea behind most of these services here is we're trying to take that tedious administration off of the director of IT's plate so he can now become more strategic, help the business become more profitable, instead of being bogged down in the day-to-day administration of things like access points and Wi-Fi networks. And then last, the third question here, they might ask, what type of reporting is in place today? Because, if they've got kind of a bare bones Wi-Fi network set up, they may have no idea what's going on with that network. Whereas with the managed service with TPX in conjunction with Cisco Meraki, there's all types of reporting that's available through a portal that is managed by TPX, but the customer, your customer has access to. So reporting is a big one as well. So for this case study, I wanted to do something a little bit different than what we've done with our previous webinars. and show you a quote that I put together. I did one of these recently for a new coffee franchise here in the U.S. that, fingers crossed, allegedly is going to grow to a couple thousand stores. But when you're able to bundle all this stuff together, I mean, it can become a very, very compelling offering. So in this case, we were bundling in some coax internet. We've got a couple of voice seats. It's a coffee shop. They don't need a bunch. We've got a couple of DIDs in there. We went with a Polycom VVX350, an AC adapter for that phone. And then we went with a wireless handset to be used at the counter. And then we've got the Meraki. The model we went with was the MS68 CW, which is the one that includes the 4G LTE SIM card embedded within the appliance. And then we did the advanced security license, because these guys they're processing credit cards, and it's critical that traffic be protected and all that data be protected. And then we added the MR33, which is one of the cloud managed access points that we offer, along with our optimum level of service, which is our all-in, fully managed service of managing the access point. And then we did 4G LTE failover, and all in with everything included, that came to $466, $470, let's call it, on the monthly, about $1,700 for the purchase of the equipment, and then $1,300 to install all of that gear. And this is something that we hope will just replicate store to store to store to store, cookie cutter style, and be able to roll out this package across allegedly what are to become 2,000 locations. So any thoughts, questions on that? Anybody? Last thing I would mention there, and you may have noticed, is we've got the Meraki appliance and we've got the access points, but no switches. Where's the Meraki switch, you might ask? Well, this particular model of appliance has some switch ports included with it, and it had enough available switch ports for this particular application that they didn't even need a separate switch. So a very, very, very cost-effective solution for that retail type environment. We like to always highlight the spiffs. We're doing today. We're doing 5 times our firewall and endpoints, and we're doing 4 times the monthly recurring charge for the network service that we're talking about today, as well as our SD-WAN services and the Optimum service with our Office 365 product. In addition, we've got this new MDR that we're talking about, managed detection and response service, that we've layered on top of our firewall and our endpoint services. And so if you sell those, we're kicking up the residual by another 2%. And we're putting the spiff all the way up to 7 times the monthly recurring cost, which is pretty amazing. We're doing 5 times monthly recurring for our UCaaS, our Unified Collaboration Service, that we'll talk about more maybe in our next webinar. And then we're also doing 2 times on the UCX Smart Voice service, which is super cool.
So DK, would then the reoccurring revenue would be 27 points in that scenario?
27, yeah, 27 okay. Points.
Sometimes I think
to the master.
Yeah,
people can retire on that.
Well, I think Offnon did. But,
yeah, he's typing in a question right now. I can't unmute him for some reason.
Love it. Which brings us.
Hey, real quick, DK. Offnon says competition on your Wi-Fi is Windstream. Who is doing the cabling?
So the cabling. Like. Go ahead, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah. So the cabling is the responsibility of the customer. So the customer would extend a Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable to the location. And then the customer has a choice of mounting the access point, or TPX can mount the access point for them.
Beautiful. Thanks, Joe. Yeah. TPX can install the access point, the physical access point itself, as provided that the cabling's been provided, it's in place. But there's additional costs for that, and there's some limitations around that. So, you know, once you get into an opportunity, that'd be one of those things. I'm talking to the partner community now, or, you know, our agents. Once you get into one of these opportunities, that'll be when you'll want to bring in your channel manager and a solutions architect extraordinaire like Mr. Aloisi to dig into the details and make sure that we have an understanding of, you know, and clear-cut expectations of what the customer is going to provide and what we'll provide for them.
Hey, DK, another question from Ben Berg. He said, "Can we run hosted VoIP phones on this Wi-Fi?"
I'll take that one also.
Go ahead, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that pop up. So I'm just eager. That's all. Just eager to participate.
You get paid by the question, don't you?
So word. So Ben, yes, through the configuration of the Meraki device itself, we can optimize voice and video if the customer has a device that can that is Wi-Fi enabled to run over this particular network. So yes, we can help configure that portion of the network if the customer would like that.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. Any more questions, Steve? Pamela?
Nope, not on my end.
Which now brings us to our quiz. And you'll notice something a little different about the quiz today as well. So question number 1, what are the 3 reasons why you should consider TPX for Wi-Fi management? I don't know if you recall, but we kind of went over, there were 3 reasons that we talked about why to consider TPX. Any takers in the answer box, Pamela?
There is not
chat box,
anybody.
sorry.
There is not anybody among the millions of people watching right now. There's nobody who can an answer.
Where's Andrew Peretti?
Exactly.
I think he's in business. Yeah, I'm gonna bug him.
So again, it's that Meraki brand recognition, the new income source, new income stream, and then the ability to layer on all those additional services that TPX is offering today. Those, I think, are the big reasons why. And I just limited it to the one question today, Pamela. I like to throw a little curveball every now and then. I know you're used to seeing 3 of those. So we just did one of those today. And then up next on 12/15, it's currently slated to be selling to state, local, and education type organizations. But I'm thinking, you know, we might want to look at the UCX with WebEx, Cisco WebEx, and our UCX for Teams, as because I think it's going to be launching right about that time. So more to come on the topic for the 15th.
That's probably will attract a wider audience than the sled, but we can make that determination. The other thing I want to mention is if anybody, you know, sales partners have an idea of what you'd like us to cover during this every other week 20 minutes, we're going to start a whole new season in January of these trainings. So I'm open for your input. Just email me at sfarmelo@tpx.com.
And with that, we will say thank you so much for your time and attention, and have yourselves a wonderful day.
Thanks for the hard work, DK. Appreciate it.
Thank you, DK. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, brother. Couldn't do it without you.
Oh, I bet.